fuel line or gas line and hose clamps can really get to be a pain in the butt these days. So I'm working on my AMC 360 here. Uh, 78 Cherokee, doesn't really matter that part, but it's a Holly electric fuel pump, and that's working fine. It's supposed to put out like 4 to 7 psi, but it puts out a consistent like 3.5, which is working. But anyway, I was having trouble with getting fuel line and hose clamps that were good, that actually worked. I was having some just endless issues. Biggest one was hose clamps being too shitty. And not working. Like you can't tighten them enough to get the fuel line to not leak. And so then I had some of the fuel line. I got it on Amazon. I won't even bother mentioning what it was, but it just ended up being like sincere garbage. And so here are some hose clamps, and I'll link to these in the description. This is powerful. This hose clamp is dang nice. You can crank down on this with a ratchet, well, a 1/4 inch ratchet, and you're going to be in a good place. So this darn good hose clamp. And then I found some fuel line finally. This is on Amazon. It's just called Evil Energy. Cool. 300 psi, 3/4. It's nice and stout. It isn't too rigid. It's just right to like run around things. Like here's my fuel filter, and sorry for the hose clamps. I mean for the zip ties. I know some people scorn for that, and that's fine. I understand. I've been doing a lot to get this thing running and running well, so that's been my goal. I gotta make it all beautiful, lay things out, and that's scheduled. But right now, there's other things I'm concerned with. So anyway, I had some braided fuel line that worked really well, but up here I'm just using a regular piece of fuel line, and it just fits beautiful. It just works really well. And then these hose clamps here are just great, and I'll link to these. The only thing is, if you do open it, to put it around like that, it's kind of a pain in the ass to get back together. So that's one downside. But anyway, Evil Energy fuel line, I'll link to it, and these particular hose clamps on Amazon, and you're going to have a nice tight system. Some of the stuff out there I actually just threw away, like an assortment or two of these things, because they're just trash. Anyway, but these are good, so I'll link to it, and take care.